Well, I'm here with Jenny Barnett Roars, and she is Miss Social Media. Miss Jenny knows exactly what she's talking about, and you're actually here to talk about how like technology and social media and how that all inspires you in your crafting life.
You know, these days it's so much fun to spend time on Pinterest and Instagram and Twitter because there's so many great ideas for your crafting. Not just techniques, but even images that you can download and use in your projects.
That is cool. So I know that you do all kinds of paper crafting. You kind of get around when it comes to paper crafts.
Well, yeah, and home decor crafts too,
Yes.
and crafts for the kids. And again, what makes it fun is you can search for a specific image that you like, download it, cut it, glass etching, cards, just scrapbook pages. You can just go on and on.
So do you have a favorite kind of paper crafting that you do?
Well, you know, I'm a card maker. I love to make cards, mostly because it allows me to cut up my paper and use it, but also kind of give it away. And I like to box up those cards, give the extra ones to places like Operation Right Home or other crafty charities. So I get to keep the one I like best for me, and then the rest of the series goes on.
I was actually going to ask you that. I was going to say, like, if you make something that you love, are you good about giving it away, or are you like, no, I'm going to keep that?
Well, you know, I might have to keep the favorite one for myself or one for like the holiday or event that's coming up. But that's why I like to work in a series. I'll make 5 or 6 at a time, pick 2, and then the rest go in the box to donate.
That's so nice. And you've been a crafter for a long time, yes?
Forever, yeah.
Forever plus a day.
Plus a day, yeah. I started off as being the kid who would be in my room drawing and coloring and making up little stories and different sculptures with the things that I'd scavenge, you know. So it just has been ever since. It's an outlet for me. It's a wonderful
And
way.
what's your sort of evolution been? Have you changed a lot in the kind of stuff that you do or in the way that you work?
Yeah, you know, I'm a serial crafter. I never met a craft I didn't like, and I just keep accumulating new ones as I go. So I kind of started off with painting, and then I got into quilting for a while, and beading and jewelry making and polymer clay, and then paper crafting, and then back to quilting. And then I started beading on my quilts and putting fabric on my cards. You know how just like one thing
that
feeds
totally
another.
happened to me. It's like once I started stitching, then I was stitching on fabric, then I was stitching on paper, and then when I started painting, it was like, oh, now I paint and I stitch and I do this and I do that, and it's like it just sort of spreads. And that's the whole thing about mixed media, which I know we've been talking about a lot, which is mixed media lets you use all that stuff.
You don't have to just do one thing or the other. Actually, each thing influences the next and speaks to it and helps you grow as a creative person.
So here's the big question. If you could only do one craft though, which one would you pick?
Oh my gosh, that's a toughie.
I'm going to hold you to it.
Oh man, I hate it when that happens. I would think that it would probably go back to polymer clay. I don't feel like I'm done with polymer clay yet, and I can make beads, and I can make sculpture, and I can actually use it in, you know, the different things. But if I had just time to spend, polymer clay might be the thing.
Have you ever made polymer clay scrapbook embellishments?
Oh yeah, absolutely, all the time. For a while I was really into like making little faces, and so I found that you could take those little faces and turn them into little fairies and put them on things.
That's an awesome idea. Thanks so much, Jenny.
Thank you, Julie.
And we will be right back.